Snail Games takes aim at H1Z1, a couple of games introduce new heroes, all that and more. I'm Zach Sharps, and this is Free to Play Weekly. First up in the news this week, the 42nd set of beta patch notes for a hi-rez free-to-play team-based shooter Paladins hit this week, offering players a close look at the latest champion to join the game's ranks. Torvald, the runic sage, is a team player, assisting allies with protective health shields. He also possesses the ability to heal himself using a siphon ability on his enemies. In addition to this champion, the new update also adds a variety of cool customizations and balance tweaks. If you want to know more about those tweaks, be sure to head on over to the full patch notes on the game's official website. Blade and Soul's legendary weapons are getting an upgrade in the game's next update. According to the teaser for the Wings of the Raven update, players will now be able to upgrade their legendary weapons from Seraph or Baleful to the brand new Raven weapon. In addition, new accessories will be introduced. The new update will also add 2 24-member dungeons. That's quite a sizable update coming to Blade and Soul. The good thing is you won't have to wait too much longer. Wings of the Raven arrives February the 8th. Looking for a new zombie survival game? Well, it seems out of the 15 games Snail Games mentioned would be added to their lineup, one of them is called Moonlights. This game is China's first ever zombie-themed survival game, and we're suspecting it will be free to play because, well, it's Snail Games. Speaking of its theme, your survival will take place around major landmarks like the Shanghai Oriental Pearl Tower and others. According to MMOsite.com, the game will function similarly to H1Z1 and that players will collect materials, build things, and fight hordes of zombies. However, rather than featuring regular zombies, Moonlight will use nocturnal zombies which only appear at night and hide during the day. As we hear more, we'll let you guys know, but I just hope it will be less buggy than H1Z1. That game is a mess. Speaking of games that aren't a mess, Paragon's next melee hero will be arriving in the game January the 31st. The new warrior named Aurora is a crowd control specialist with the ability to control the cold. Using this ability to freeze the enemy in its tracks, Aurora can take command of the battle at any time. Like all other heroes, she will be free to play once released. Seems pretty cool, but I got a question for you guys, so it's time for the question of the week. Last week on the show, I asked you guys what your most anticipated games are. Surprisingly, there was a big variety of games mentioned, such as Gaiva02's choice of Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, Daniel's choice of Bless Online, I Am Me's choice of Crowfall, Rage Goria's choice of Dauntless, and more. Hell, a few of your guys' choices like Pantheon, for example, I didn't even know about, so hopefully some of you found games to put on your radar as well. As always, if you want your comment possibly featured in next week's show, make sure to leave a comment down below. This week's question is, what is your favorite character of all time? Your choice can be within the free-to-play space, which I'll give you extra points for, or not. Personally, one of my favorites is Bigby Wolf from The Wolf Among Us, a vicious wolf reformed into a respected detective. Curious which characters you guys mention. Last up in the news this week, you wouldn't think that a game as old as Aion would have a huge focus on large-scale content, given the typical free-to-play MMORPG player drop-off. But patch 5.3, which doesn't have a release date just yet, is adding more of exactly that. For PvE players, the cities of Pandemonium and Sanctum will be getting attacked directly. These assaults turn into 384 player PvE instances. 384 players! That's a ridiculous amount of players, requiring players to battle for their very homelands. PvP players, on the other hand, will get the new Arena of Tenacity, a single elimination tournament where players vie for the top spot. Pretty big updates, and once there's a release date, we'll let you know here on MMOBomb.com. Well guys, that does it for the news this week. As always, be sure to keep it locked on MMOBomb.com for the latest free-to-play news, giveaways, and more. Signing out until next week's show, my name is Zach Sharps, and I'll catch you guys next time.